Welcome to Breaking News 247 presents. When an African migrant spotted a teen girl at a festival, he assumed that she'd be the perfect helpless target for his perverted groping spree. However, just as he began sexually assaulting the girl, he quickly regretted his decision when his victim turned around. As Europe continues to welcome in millions of migrants, nearly all of whom are Muslim men, the once progressive beacons of progress and civility are sealing their fate. Flooding their lands with determined migrants who despise Western cultures, freedoms, and values, Europeans are waking up to the reality that these huddled messes didn't come to integrate or even coexist but to conquer. While Europeans are struggling to maintain basic aspects of their Western lifestyles, military-age migrants are roaming the streets, leaving behind copious amounts of waste, destruction, and unfortunate victims. Luckily, there are still a few bold Europeans who refuse to cower before the armies of migrant thugs perpetuating their foreign culture's barbaric practices. During the 2016 TR Stock Festival in Skellefteå, a teen girl and her friend had gathered at the stage in anticipation of the scheduled performances. While enjoying the festivities, the girl suddenly felt one hand pawing at her buttocks and another groping her chest from behind. Understandably, the girl was outraged to discover that she would be yet another victim of Sweden's skyrocketing rape epidemic. However, she instantly made up her mind that she wasn't going to be the only one forced to live with the pain of such a heinous assault. Immediately grabbed the hand that was groping her before turning around and punching the Eritrean migrant predator, who claims to be 18. Expectedly, the migrant was shocked to encounter a vulnerable young girl who would fight back. He quickly cowered, attempting to blame his friend for the sexual assault. Still clinging tightly to the Eritrean's hand, Lisa then rhetorically asked, "What are you doing? Is this not your hand?" It was then that the migrant pervert knew he had been caught in the act and that his intended victim wasn't so helpless after all. After delivering a powerful blow to the migrant offender's face, Lisa called out to nearby security officers, who hastily detained the Eritrean gropper. At first, the migrant denied even touching Lisa, claiming that his companion had been the real culprit. Eventually, the Eritrean admitted to trying to kiss Lisa before ultimately confessing to groping her multiple times in a full-blown sexual assault, Swedish newspaper Norren reports. On March 15, 2017, the Skellefteå District Court convicted the Eritrean of sexual assault, sentencing him to pay just $369 in fines and $5,000 in damages to Lisa. Like most migrant convicts, the Eritrean wasted taxpayer money by filing an expensive and time-consuming appeal with the High Court of Upper Norrland. On November 15, the court once again ruled that the sentence was fair. Of course, the African migrant wasn't about to submit to Western justice. Shortly after, the Eritrean migrant filed yet another taxpayer-funded claim, brazenly demanding compensation for his suspension because he had to use his car to travel back and forth between Umeå and Skellefteå for court appearances, which is just under 2 hours each way. Fortunately, the court came to its senses, denying his claim on the grounds that he was found guilty. Thanks to decades of the left's open borders, such is the fate of Sweden. If this once thriving tourist nation doesn't financially collapse due to the inconceivable number of perpetually unemployed migrants living on welfare and wasting taxpayer dollars with frivolous lawsuits and appeals, they will soon be outnumbered and overpowered by those who demand Sharia law over Swedish law. Because of Sweden's quest for multiculturalism and diversity, Islam is taking over at an alarming rate. Now, 1 in 4 Swedish women is raped and 77% of all sexual assaults are committed by the Muslim migrant minority. Additionally, Sweden's rape statistics have continued to increase in correlation with the influx of Muslim migrants. In 2003, rapes were at an average of 9.24 per 100,000 people. In 2005, the shot up to an average of 36.8 before once again climbing to an average of 53.2 in 2008. Now, Sweden is considered the rape capital of the West as women fear to leave their homes. Sweden may very well have sealed her fate. However, the US is still easily salvageable with the proper immigration and security policies. Of course, the most important weapon we have in the face of a foreign enemy is the freedom of speech. We must defend it at all costs, for once it goes, all of our other rights are sure to follow.